The year was 1990, and I moved into the mountains just off the grid, just beyond the end of the road. I was purchasing 26 acres of land and a small cabin. I had to pay $300 a month. That was in 1990. In 1992, I accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior, confessed Him as my Lord. Didn't know what I was doing really, but from 1992 on, I gave 10% of my income to the Lord automatically. I just did it. I just did it. No thought went into it really. I just did it. Seemed right to do. The Lord got 10% of my income. I had 10 left. A few years later, I was paying child support another $300, so that was $600 gone every month out of 810. So it was tight. It was really tight, but I got by. Best years of my life, worst years of my life too, because of the broken family. Best and the worst. It was home. Living in the woods was home. Okay. I stayed there till 1999. I sold 5 acres of that land to someone for $10,000. And then in 1999, I sold the whole property, which I had bought by now. I sold it for $55,000. I went to Greenwood, BC. I bought a house for $36,250. It was a foreclosure, and it wasn't very big, but it was fairly new. $36,250. And in that time period, I bought a brand new car in 2007, I think. 6 or 7, I bought a Chevy Aveo. And then in 2016, I bought a Honda Fit, also brand new. And in the years from 2006 onwards, I went to Florida every year for a few months, or for a few weeks rather, to some very good friends. I went from Spokane for $199 return. Very good price. So I'm telling you all this because my income never went over, in that time period, it never went over $1,150. That's as high as it went, from $900 to $1,150. And yet in that, I ended up buying 2 houses and 2 cars and 10 trips to Florida. You know, the houses were traded in one for the other, and the cars the same. But I didn't give 10% to the Lord to get. I just gave it because I thought it was right to do. I didn't even know there were benefits in that, actually. But when I look back on it 40 years later, I think, how did that happen on such a little bit of money? How did that happen? I think it's good to give 10% to the Lord. I think it's even better to accept Him as your Lord and Savior. That's the most important thing. Have you done that? Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? Have you confessed it to others? That's really important. And that's 3 minutes in the morning. Thank you.